Hi, Chris Kuzmal here. We have three fails. We were expecting one of the fails to be present until we completely fixed the delete method. And so we've been working to implement successor and minimum as building blocks to fix that. And our tests for both the minimum and successor both failed when we thought one of them would fail because we implemented successor as being the minimum, and so we thought that successor would fail, but minimum also fails. And so I went and I looked in my code, and uh, a more rigorous set of test cases for the insert method would have captured the fact that this insert method actually has a comparison direction error. This less than sign needs to be a greater than sign. Now, if I had good test cases, which were all passing till now, changing this would introduce errors. It doesn't. All that it does is it fixes errors. It fixes those, both of the errors. This is mystifying. Both errors? Well, maybe we just got lucky with minimum, that the successor was the minimum, and thus both of our errors go away. But no, this is actually a situation where we have two errors present, which can confound you, and it's an additional reason to be as rigorous as you can be in your test cases, because if you have any sloppiness at all, what happens is you are going to get to the point where we have two or more errors in your code, and now you're trying to debug simultaneously. And that's the situation here. We've moved so along slowly enough that we have identified an error and fixed it, but we know there should be actually, ironically, more errors. And in fact, when we look now, I forget, in the test case, I believe, in the test case itself for test uh, successor, the successor of FE should be SE, and so SFE should be SE, not FE. And so that will actually make it so that this test case fails, which we want because we have not implemented successor correctly. All right, so we run, and now the test successor fails as we wanted, and we have a second failure. That failure of that's caused by the delete method not being implemented correctly is the way we want to be. So we have the right number of errors now. We didn't want three errors. We didn't want one error. We wanted two errors. Now we have the two errors, the two test cases failures, and so now we're in a position to implement the successor method correctly and then ultimately get that delete method working as well.